Welcome back to Brush Country Monsters. This week's episode, Allan Rovig is back at Panther Hollow Whitetails. It's one of his favorite destinations. Now, Allan has 2 tags, and you know Allan, he's gonna put those tags on 2 monsters. Stay tuned for more Brush Country Monsters.
So we're back at Joe's place, Panther Hollow Whitetails. Second trip, the rut was really waning. We had some bad weather.
So this round at Panther Hollow Whitetails, we're catching the tail end of the rut.
McWhorter Custom Rifles presents Brush Country Monsters.
So we're back at Joe's place, Panther Hollow Whitetails. So now it's late December. Denise and I killed 2 just dream bucks last trip.
The closer we get, the bigger he's getting. A giant.
If one big buck at Panther Hollow Whitetails wasn't enough, round dos, we're going back.
Joe's got the best whitetail deer hunting in South Texas, the brush country. We're gonna go kill 2 more brush country monsters, we hope.
Well, Joe, we finally got back out here this year. Man, we wait on South Texas every year. We love it out here, and looks like you got bigger bucks this year than you did last year. How do you do that?
Well, Allan, I'll tell you, it's kind of a combination of 3 things, I think. I said number 1 is genetics, number 2, it's the right food, and number 3, it's letting them get to the right age. And, with the supplemental feed, and I raise crops for these deer to eat, and, you try to just let them grow up, never lacking anything in nutrition. And if you've got the right genetics to start with, which this country all pretty much does, they'll kind of raise themselves.
Joe knows how to raise them.
So this round at Panther Hollow Whitetails, we're catching the tail end of the rut.
The rut was wide open then. It's waning just a little bit now, but I think the big bucks, are still up on their feet trying to find those last couple of does that are still in estrus. So last time, I killed first, Denise was second, so guess who gets to go first this time?
This is my hunt right now. I get to go first.
Got my snack, got my brownies, Allan. Today's
You're
the day.
prepared to stay all day, you're gonna kill one by 8 o'clock.
That's right. That's what we want.
You feel good?
I feel good.
All right, well, let's go.
The first morning, we're going back to the same blind that Denise shot her big buck out of earlier in December.
As much movement as we saw on the first trip out from this blind, it's hard for me not to want to go right back to that area.
You can see about 600 yards one direction, 200 or 300 yards both other directions. Just a great place to catch a big South Texas buck traveling, trying to find one of those last does that's in heat.
Check it out. That's cool.
Just what I expected. We've got lots of deer movement, young and up-and-comer bucks. This is going to be good.
That's him for sure.
Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, the most accurate hunting rifles in the world. Yeti Coolers, built for the wild. Safari Club International Foundation, first for wildlife. Hoff Power Auto and Outdoor Stores, over 50 years in Central Texas, and we couldn't have stuck around this long if we were steering you wrong. Chupacabra Rub, shake it, rub it, love it. And Surge Pro, the best yield-enhancing foliar fertilizer on the market. Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Swarovski Optique, see the unseen. Burger Bullets, shoot better, shoot burger. Hart Rifle Barrels, unparalleled performance, handcrafted one at a time. And John Burrell's High Adventure Company, the finest collection of big game wing shooting and sport fishing destinations in the world.
It's getting pretty late in the morning, but we've still got tons of deer movement. I feel committed to just stay planted right there. So this buck steps out about 350 yards, and he starts kind of working his way toward me, a glassing.
That's a good buck out there. That is a good buck.
No doubt, this buck is going to be one I'm going to pull the trigger on if he presents me the shot.
No, I want to be sure. Right there. Right there.
So I pulled the trigger on this buck, and the 6.5 Weatherby did the bang flop on him. He never took a step, hit the ground.
Whoa! Yeah. You're hot team.
What a
Smoke
giant.
team.
What a giant.
Whoa!
That's your second giant
Oh
South
my
Texas buck
gosh!
this year.
Wow!
Wow. Same
Yeah.
Sendero as we kill the other giant one. And you put
Ow!
that down. That's my
Oh
girl.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Man, that was awesome. I looked up and just saw the white belly and his horns just. Whoop.
Yeah. If my girl finally listened to me. What a giant.
And I could not wait to get down there and get my hands on him. "350 yards is a long walk when you're waiting to get down to get your hands on the biggest buck you've ever killed in your life."
Man, there is no shrinkage on this buck. I think he's getting bigger. Good gosh. Oh man, I cannot believe this.
Guys, I had fun picking up this deer, just looking at his antlers. It went on forever. Very unique tines on this guy. It's hard to describe the feeling you have when you have an animal of that magnitude that you've been able to take.
What a deer. Unbelievable. I wanted this buck so bad. I saw him early on and he eluded me and I never thought I'd see him again. What a beast. Look at that mass. But he showed up and still trying to be very elusive. 300 yards, just kind of hung back in there. What a beautiful, beautiful deer. Panther Hollow. They can put you on the buck of a lifetime, because that's what this hunt has been for me. It's been absolutely amazing. I want to thank Joe Matkin and Claudia. Man, they have really taken care of us. McWhorter rifles, 6.5 Weatherby, smacked him on the ground in his tracks at 300 yards. Unbelievable buck, unbelievable. This is my hunt this year, folks.
This doesn't happen often. I've got a big buck down on the first day of my hunt, but Allan would be happy because now it's his turn.
Man, if I'm gonna kill a deer bigger than this, I'm gonna really have to figure out something.
Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by Big & J Long Range Attractants. The aroma is super strong, the range is super long. Revolution Safe Company, inspired by Pendleton. Rotating gun management made simple. Borden Accuracy, makers of the Rimrock, Alpine, and Timberline custom actions. Swagger, the bipod with moves. And New Breed Archery. No hype, just hunt.
Well, we're back out in South Texas. It's our first morning. It's the end of December. It's about 35 degrees this morning. It's raining again, and the deer are still showing some rutting activity. So we're sitting here watching two big senderos where we can see 700-800 yards this way and about 300 yards that way. So we've seen several pretty good bucks this morning, but they've been young. So we're waiting for one of those old giants to come out again. You don't see that very often. It's snowing in deep South Texas. I guess it's just above freezing here, but there's big snowflakes starting to hit the ground. I know it's not going to accumulate, but looks like another 2 hours it's going to clear out of here. This afternoon's sit's going to be great. Well, that's about it for the first morning back here in South Texas. Had a lot of activity this morning. I mean, the rut. There was a doe still in that's just getting chased by, I don't even know, 6 or 7 bucks this morning. So, but we didn't see one of the big shooters that we're after. So when this front clears, we're gonna have some bucks on their feet chasing these does this afternoon. Oh, that's that stud. I ain't kidding you, that was a freaking giant. Oh my goodness.
We had some bad weather. We still saw a lot of really good deer. We just didn't see that brush country monster that we really wanted to pull the trigger on. Basically, it was just a much tougher hunt.
We rushed out of the stand for the last few minutes of light here to see if we could put eyes on this deer for in the morning, because we saw another mature buck scent trailing like right where he would have been. So that indicates to me he took his doe and this deer was following him. We struck out so far this afternoon, unless we get lucky to catch him and get to put a stalk on him here right before dark. Today we're going to talk about what I think is one of the most important parts of a custom rifle, and that's the bedding. You know, most factory rifles are either poorly bedded or not bedded at all, and the fact of the matter is you just cannot shoot small groups consistently or maintain same point of impact with a rifle that is either not bedded or bedded poorly.
Absolutely.
So we take
correct.
great pride in the way we bed rifles.
Yeah, absolutely correct, Allan. What we're looking at is the bedding compounds that are put into the stock that we place the action and the barrel attached to the action into to perform a stress-free bed for that action and that barrel to sit in. It's important to stress-free, simply from the standpoint that stresses are what cause us to have misses or poorly constructed groups. In this particular instance here at McWhorter's, we're using a two-part epoxy compound mixed together and then placed inside the rifle stock and on the bottom of the action, and then the two pieces are placed together with screws at a certain tension and allowed to dry and cure. At that point, then we remove them, we trim everything up, and we're left with the barreled action in a bedded, stress-free system.
And we do have a gauge that we use to monitor
Correct.
the separation. If it's more than 1.5 thousandths, we don't even go back and shoot them, because I promise you, when you take one back to the range and you
Right.
shoot a target with it, it's not properly bedded, it's going to double group or walk horizontally, no matter what you do with the seating depth or the powder charge. So if the
Right.
gun's not properly bedded, it will not shoot right. So
Correct.
that's our specialty here at McWhorter Custom Rifles. And if you're interested in a complete shooting system, properly bedded, then give us a call. And that's your on-target tip of the week, brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles. Old 6.5 Weatherby's itching to shoot another big buck always.
Joe had an idea. He had spotted a really good buck on one side of the ranch there, so we decided we'd try a little different area.
Just another young 6x6.
Joe calls us and says he's seen this giant 5x5. So he came, picked Chad and I up. We started looking for this deer. We actually got a glimpse of him in a sendero.
We're set up, we can see this way and that way, unless he goes out the back side. We got two of the four sides covered, so we got a 50-50 chance if he comes out. So big road runner out there running across that sendero. That ought to be good luck.
So we're about to call it a day, fixing to call Joe to come get us, and I catch movement. This buck busted out. All I could see was mass and a bunch of tines.
Oh, big buck. Big buck, big buck. Ooh. That's a shooter. That's a shooter right there. Get on him, Chad. Get on him.
I'm on it.
Right. He went down. He went down on that shoulder and he just plowed nose first in that bush right there. I think he's dead. South Texas, absolutely nothing's better than South Texas. The end of the year, that's another big buck. Joe's got some giant bucks out here. There he is right there. Here he is. Wow, another giant South Texas deer. Well, look at that monster. Look at all those points. Wow. Wow. What a giant buck. What a buck. What a monstrous buck. Wow. Let's drag him out of this thick stuff. Well, this is our second giant Texas buck this year. We're hunting with our good friend Joe Mackin out here at Panther Hollow. Joe's a good rifle customer, and he's got some of the best deer hunting in South Texas, period, bar none. This guy right here popped out, and this deer ran across, and I had to yell at him to stop, and
kind of had to rush the shot, but we hit him right on the shoulder. He immediately went down on his shoulder and plowed in there and went about 15 yards is all he went. That 140 grain burger, we're shooting our 6.5 Weatherby on Jim Borden's custom titanium actions. Got a Hart number 4 fluted barrel on it and a Swarovski Z8 on it with a turret. But the end of a great season. We've had a good year this year, and South Texas is always just a bonus that comes at the end of the year. These deer out here are rutting just crazy. Just a great place to be.
What a year in South Texas. Many thanks to Joe Mackin, his wife Claudia for all the good grub while we're out there, and 4 giant brush country monsters in one season.
Panther Hollow Whitetails management plan is excellent. Until next week, always remember, keep God and family first.